attest to the GoPro I just got. Higgins Beach in Scarborough, Maine. It's a big surfing spot. Everyone comes to hang out and surf. There's some seagulls over there. There's a guy surfing down there. I'm gonna walk back down. There's some kelp and iodine. But Will Martin's not gonna like to see this because this means someone isn't embracing the suffer. So this place is pretty cool. They got it locked down. I only saw white people here. Showed up, they were looking at me. I'm obviously a tourist from away, so they'll have that demeanor with you as a white person, but they won't have it with okay, the screen turns off. I gotta touch it so it stays on. That's annoying. Anyway, but they'll have that demeanor with you as a white person, but they won't have it with, say, a black person or a person of an Asian descent or another minority group. They only have it with you as a white person because you're able to discriminate against white people for some reason, even though the reason we have such a clean beach like this. It's because of white people. Ooh, there's no real trash out here. This is black people and Indians with the trash all over the place. It's the only reason we're able to have beaches this clean. There's a little rain coming in. Gonna be a storm, but yeah. That's the only reason we're able to have places this clean. It's because of white people keeping it. If you're against white ethno state, white people continuing to exist as an ethnic group, you want to bring in people to the West that are fundamentally incompatible with us. This is what you're going to lose. You're going to lose clean beaches like this. See this? Not a single ounce of trash out here. Oh, there's a driveway. Is it a driveway? Yeah, it's a driveway. So, this is what you will lose. Clean places like this. You decide to, let in all these third worlders. And people are going to continue to do it. It's not affecting them up here. So, see how the beach is like this? I mean, it's Thursday, but it'll be interesting to see. Should be down below. So it'll be interesting to see what's like on the weekend. When there's a bunch of tourists that come up from Massachusetts that destroy, like if they're up here and they end up destroying a piece on the beach. This beach kind of seems like it's a little secluded. There's some wildlife up here. So yeah, and then this, like, you wouldn't have this if they were shitting on the beach. They'd be destroying this natural balance. I don't know what kind of birds these are, I should know. Are they making noise at me or they're fighting or something? I don't know. I think one of them's got a fish in his mouth. I think they're fighting with each other. Not really disturbing. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you wouldn't have this if you had Indians or this place is run by black people. And there they go. fishing. I don't know what they're fishing. And then too, this the other thing I'd like to touch on is management. Bad management. Really bad management. There's a company I used to work for last year. You know, stereotypical guy that runs. He's not the foreman. He's not the superintendent. He's the superintendent's boss. Stereotypical construction worker of, oh yeah, I've worked in the trades. I got a truck. I've done it for years and I know better than you. I've been, you know, you don't have any experience. Well, how did you get experience? But he didn't get the experience. So nobody. He was just given an opportunity to get the experience. So, oh, there's another one of those birds over here sitting by itself. There's two of them right here. But yeah, so come to find out, I'm talking to somebody that used to work there last night. He's telling me, oh yeah, I was talking to this guy, the director, and he told me that, you know, they have a site out in Illinois. I'll send you to. And he's like, I'm gonna go. So this guy, I sent him, and this is important because I sent this guy a message before, seeing like, hey, like, could I like come back to the company? He just completely ignored me. The only comment he made to me before was like, oh, I don't know him. So he was in person. He tried to act like he didn't have to talk to me or something. You know, I'm not in his clique. I don't know why you'd want to be in any of these guys' cliques. They're completely incompetent. Can't manage. What if it's a riptide? Keep distance. So he sends these guys to Illinois sites, and the one dude is a guy from Colombia who has his green card. He's an atrocious worker. The other guy is a Haitian immigrant who is also an atrocious worker who can't even spot heavy equipment properly. They had to be my spotter while I worked there, and he's absolutely atrocious. Then the other guy is just some dude from the city that's got like criminal records, and he's black. And the other guy is an anchor baby from an African country who only was born here while his mother was on a layover, and so he's an anchor baby, but he has American citizenship and citizenship in that African country. So this director that's above the superintendent sends them to a site in Illinois where now they're making like $3,000 a week and won't send any white people out there. And you're gonna say, well, that's not illegal. No, it's ridiculous. It has nothing to. It's completely racial, and they're completely horrible workers. So this guy has taken jobs and given it to them, which American citizens deserve, and this is a common thing in the construction world. Sending average American worker, like hardworking average American workers, to normal paying sites, and he sends these guys out to Illinois. And I found out this through this other guy who, he's a good worker, and I'm kind of buddies with him because he's racist too, and he can't stand the other guys. But they're gonna send him out there, and he's not from this country originally. He's from over in Asia somewhere, but he's kind of just a working contact. And I'm like, you know what, maybe he's Asian maybe he's a little different. No, he's going out there now too, and he thought it was bullshit, and the rest of them did. But so this is the point of this, is that everyone in the command and control position is anti-white, and there's nothing that you can do. Because if I were to contact this guy, even though I have way more experience than all these dudes, he wouldn't put me, he wouldn't send me out there. Oh dang, this water just came in. I wonder if the tide's coming. So he wouldn't send me out there. He'd send these other guys out there, and even though I'm a better worker and there's like 30 more people in front of these dudes, I mean, they should be at the bottom of the barrel. They're not even from this country. But he sends them out there, and if you say anything, you're the problem. You're just butthurt. It's so what? Nobody cares. No, this is the point where it's at, where it's so blatant in everyone's face. Especially in my case, where it's obvious they're doing it on purpose and they're refusing to promote me. And these motherfuckers can't even do their fucking jobs. And then you get told, well, you gotta ask to get promoted. No, because none of these people asked. This guy, oh yeah, we're gonna send them there. They're good workers. We can't discriminate. No, they're absolutely atrocious workers. None of these people asked to go. Nobody else that's anti-white, that's white, that ends up in these positions asked to go. They just get promoted up to it. And so we got to figure out who's we. I'm not going to do this alone. White people need to band together to figure out how to deal with this problem. The first problem is, how do you get rid of all the non-whites here? And how do you get rid of then the whites that are like the director that's sending these non-whites there to make $3K, probably $4K plus a week, who can't do their jobs, who he's so stupid he doesn't understand how deadlines work. Like, how do you get rid of that person and keep them away from a management position? Because they're white. So we're gonna have to treat them the same as we treat the non-whites. Oh, there's some more crab legs. A lot of people, they don't want to deal with that, because a lot of these people, they're members of their family. They're people that they've been friends with, that they've tried to avoid politics with. But you can't. There's no getting away from it now. That this is verified, that you're sending 4 non-whites who aren't even good at their jobs, 3 of which aren't even really Americans. 2 of them aren't even U.S. citizens. The other one, or 2 of U.S. citizens, and then the 4th one, I don't know. He might have just been joking with me. He was Asian, so I stay around. I talk to him occasionally because he's racist as shit. He hates, niggers. Hates people from South America. But once again, he will be picked over me or somebody else. It could be any white person to go to one of these sites, go to one of these construction jobs. When they don't even have the credentials or the ability to do the work, and they're absolutely suck at doing it. And for some reason, that doesn't matter. The projects go past deadline. All that matters is that you're not being racist. So it's at the point that if you can't see what's going on, you have to be kicked out of the white countries along with all the non-whites. And in some cases, you will most likely be terminated with extreme prejudice, and anyone that tries to defend you will as well. It's going to get very, very messy. Is this a boat? What is this? I don't know what the heck that is. I wonder if the tide comes in this far. Yeah, this is like wood over here. I wonder if that's old wreckage from a boat. I don't know. But yeah, so coming to you from, that's right there. Coming to you from Higgins Beach, down here in Scarborough, Maine. Just a little chat about how every company has betrayed white men. People who are thought of as leaders aren't. And you get called crazy if you point it out. But you're not crazy. They're crazy. And the police, too, allow them to get away with it rather than arrest them. So, we'll end on a nice note and look at these, I don't know what birds they are. They look like the sea version of killdeer, but they're not. I don't know what they are. I don't know how close I can get to one. Just hanging out on the sand. They don't know about race. They're not like us. This is just their territory, and anyone that attacks it, they'll fight. They'll, flee to another part of the beach. But they won't just go extinct. They'll put up a fight.